Good afternoon, and sir, please state your name for the record.
Jonathan Welch.
He get to carry on this greatness.
We have our boy.
He gotta be great. He gotta be great. He gotta be great. He got to. Another victory for Big Dog. Big Dog doing it. Another victory for Dog. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening. Jonathan Welch now back in jail tonight. He officially first bonded out on Friday, and then just 2 days later, prosecutors say he killed both his ex-girlfriend, his stepdad, and critically stabbed his mom. In a court hearing earlier today, a judge acknowledged action didn't come fast enough.
A man charged with attacking his girlfriend in June now is accused of killing her 2 days after he posted bond and was released from a Detroit area jail. Judge King, who wasn't the judge who set a $100,000 bond for Jonathan Welch, said that this tragedy is the court's worst nightmare.
This is the court's worst nightmare, worst possible scenario that could happen.
Can I talk, Your Honor?
You may want to discuss that with your attorney first.
All right.
Zlayiah Frazier was 22 years old and lived in Michigan. Funny, courageous, giving, and magnetic were words used to describe her. Zlayiah had a bright future ahead of her. Zlayiah was a business owner. She owned her own boutique shop called Snobbishhh, where she sold affordable and trendy accessories. According to her sister, she made it her mission to always spread positivity to everyone around her. Zlayiah was full of laughter and joy. She was also known to be a great mother. Zlayiah had a 1-year-old son with her boyfriend, 23-year-old Jonathan Welch. The two started dating very young and were once head over heels in love with one another.
Oh, handsome black man.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, big kid.
In 2020, she posted their 6-year anniversary images, stating 6 years strong, never once broke up. When asked how the two were able to stay together so long, she replied, trust, forgiveness, and communication. Unfortunately, down the road, her relationship with her child's father became abusive. June of this year, her sister stated Jonathan used items like extension cords, poured gasoline on her, even used a red-hot spatula on her body. She had marks and bruises all over her body. Zlayiah wasted no time with getting help. She alerted the authorities and Jonathan was arrested. Jonathan was charged with 7 crimes, including torture and assault. However, instead of being locked up without bond, he was issued a $100,000 bond.
6th District Court Magistrate Don White set Welch's bond at $100,000, 10% cash surety. After posting the $10,000 bond, Welch walked out of jail on Friday.
On Friday, July 8th, Jonathan's mothers got a bail bond to get her son out of jail, and he was released on a GPS tether. Sadly, 2 days later, the same one who helped him out, his mother, ran to a residence saying her son stabbed her in the back and is stabbing everyone in the house.
Well, I was in the process of getting ready to leave the house, and my neighbor from across the street had stumbled into my doorway asking me to call 911. Well, demanding I call 911. And I originally thought she got jumped because of the blood on her, and then upon further, I noticed there was a knife in her back. And when I asked her who did this, eventually she was finally able to tell me her son did it and that he was stabbing everybody in the house.
Around 8:10 p.m. Sunday, July 10th, Harper Woods police were called to Jonathan Welch's family home. Officials said Jonathan was holding his mother hostage before she was able to break away to a neighbor who initially alerted them. When the police approached the home, they said Jonathan fired on them. This started a standoff. Within the standoff, neighbors said they saw Jonathan drop his unclothed baby boy out of a window. Police said they saw the small child crying in the driveway. Luckily, they were able to approach and safely remove the child from the scene. Shortly after they brought the child to safety, they said they then noticed smoke and flames coming from the inside. The firefighters and officers had to operate carefully to oust the flames while the standoff continued. After 7 hours, Jonathan finally surrendered to the police and was taken into custody. Once police were able to get inside the home, they found Zlayiah and his stepfather, 70-year-old Robert Bray Jr., deceased at the scene. Jonathan's mother was also taken to the hospital with critical injuries. On Wednesday, prosecutors called for an emergency bond hearing for Jonathan on the original charges. However, the judge on this case said that the actions were far too little too late.
And the contact violation, I'm asking the court to violate Mr. Welch's bond and remand him to the custody of the Wayne County Jail pending further proceedings.
Mr. Blanton?
No argument, Your Honor.
And although it's far too little, far too late, the court is going to remand the defendant to the custody of the Wayne County Jail. This is the court's worst nightmare, worst possible scenario that could happen, in that a witness has been killed after the defendant was placed on bond, given benefit of being placed on bond on house arrest.
Can I talk? No. Can I talk, Your Honor?
You may want to discuss that with your attorney first.
All right.
So again, the court will remand the defendant. You have an exam set for August 4th
That's correct.
at 1:30. All right.
He has to be uncomfortable.
Just want to know you understand that the defendant has to be ready for Harper Woods if he's still there.
Yes, Judge, I will make sure that that arrangement is made should he still be in their custody by then.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you very much, Your Honor.
23-year-old Jonathan Lamont John Welch is charged with murder, attempted murder, arson, and other crimes. Police have not disclosed how Zlayiah managed to get to Jonathan's family home. Some reports stated that this stemmed from her not giving up a password to her phone. However, that narrative was not confirmed by authorities. This case is still under investigation and more details will be released soon. Family, friends, and loved ones are completely lost for words in regards to this tragedy. According to the GoFundMe account created by her sister, she stated she is thankful her nephew made it out alive, but the justice system failed her sister by letting him out on bond after his first attempt to harm her. They believe if he was still locked up, then she would still be alive.
And he killed my sister. He killed my sister. They should never let him out of prison. Her ex, he had just got out. He was out on tether torturing her, and they let him out of jail.
Because he wasn't incarcerated, she is now dead. His father's now dead. His mother's in a hospital bed, and he's got a baby out there. In most likelihood, never see his father again, and I'll never have a chance to know the baby's mother. A number of factors that are supposed to be taken into consideration when a judge or magistrate setting a bond. 23 years old, a time bomb. And I'm not saying that the magistrate or judge could have predicted that, but with the charges and the nature of the charges, it should have been apparent that society needed big protection.
I am at a complete loss for words. There is so much injustice in this case, I don't even know where to start. This story is completely devastating. I will continue to keep her friends and family, especially her son, in my thoughts and prayers. Let's please respect the victim in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. And with that being said, don't forget to check on your loved ones.